The Bowerbird, Chapter 1. We've been here for 2 weeks. I'm still not well enough to start at the local school, but the weather has been balmy. Or is it balmy? Yes, it probably is balmy. Balmy means daft. The sun has shone on us most days since we moved, and I feel that my heart is going to mend enough to have the operation that could give me a few more years of life. It's a cold night and the sky is clear. Stars are appearing one by one. I wear my distant specs to see them, otherwise it's all a beautiful blur. I sit in my window on a stripy cushion and feel happy. The lights of the little town are twinkling below me and there's a nearly full moon, its blue-white wedding veil draped across the bay. The lighthouse winks its bright eye every 10 seconds. I did have a bedside lamp on, but moths kept coming in the window to commit suicide. Why do insects that choose to fly around in total darkness have a fatal attraction for hot light bulbs? They must be balmy. Or maybe a hot bulb gives off a smell like female moths, and the male moths are attracted to it for that reason. Even in the middle of the night, seagulls are flying all around us, calling to each other in the dark. The wind has got up and the gulls are lifting on invisible currents, and then swoop fast like shooting stars. Our young gull is crouched on the ridge of the roof, his head poking out over the top, watching the adults and whining pathetically. There must be some juvenile gulls up there learning how to fly and land cleanly on the rooftops and chimneys, just as if they are alighting on cliff ledges. I scrunch up under a warm, woolly blanket with my feet up, and Charlie keeps trying to get comfortable, but there's no horizontal bit. She prefers me to be flat in bed so she can warm herself on my tummy or my chest. She shouldn't really sit on my chest, as I have trouble breathing at the best of times, and anyway, I had open heart surgery last year when I was 11, and the healing process hasn't finished yet. The operation was a waste of time. It was supposed to be one of 3 procedures to repair the various heart defects. When I was opened up, they could see that I had no pulmonary artery, not even an excuse for one. There was nothing to build on. So the surgeon just closed me up again. I now have an amazing scar that cuts me in half almost, as if I've survived a shark attack. Poor Charlie, she doesn't understand why I don't want her on my chest. I reluctantly leave the starlit night and get into my bed. I'm reading a really good book by Mary Webb called Gone to Earth. It's about a girl who has a pet fox. Mary Webb has written several other books. I have to look out for them at car boot sales or in the second-hand bookshop, as they're so old they're probably out of print. As usual, the 3 cats wake me. Charlie is the noisiest and the most demanding. As soon as there's a glimmer of daylight, she starts on at me to get up and feed her. She meows loudly and jumps on the bed and marches up and down on one spot as if I'm her mother and she's trying to make the milk come. She sounds quite cross. If I pretend to sleep, she gets really irate. The other 2 are more patient, but they stare accusingly. I can feel their eyes on me. Flo sits on the chest of drawers and Rambo on the window seat. I wake to a completely pink dawn. Outside, everything is saturated with an intense rosy glow. Pink sky, sea and bay. Pink roofs, candy sand. I yearned for a party dress when I was 5 or 6 of exactly this shade to match my Barbie doll's outfit. By the time I find my specs, put on a dressing gown and flip-flops, load a film into my camera and lean out the window, the pink has paled and silvered, but the sun now hangs heavily above the dunes, like a red balloon full of liquid. One small boat chugs out of the harbour, dragging a pink wake, and gulls are following in a raucous rush. I'm surrounded by hungry cats, I better give in. Charlie's jubilant, running ahead down the stairs, calling me to hurry up. The others follow behind me. I have to go to the bathroom first, and this really makes Charlie cross. She never knows whether to come in with me at this point, because she usually spends bath time with me, but now she can only think about her rumbling stomach. Mum is in the bathroom for longer and longer every morning. What does she do in there? She told me once she hadn't had a decent crap since I was born. First I screamed all the time, then as I got bigger I banged on the door and yelled. When I was a baby I screamed for 21 hours once. She wasn't in the bathroom all that time, of course. She says I'm lucky to be alive, as she nearly strangled me several times. Sleep deprivation makes you go balmy, apparently. Mum, I have to wee. I'm desperate. She's looking into a magnifying mirror and doing something disgusting with scissors up her nose. Oh my God, Mum, that's gross. You'll slice through your mucous membranes. They're blunt-ended, Gussie. You wait until you get hairy nostrils. See how you like it. Hopefully, I won't live that long. She does all this other stuff, too, to her face, plucking and scraping and applying various very expensive unguents. What a lovely word, unguents.